Well, hey everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back. This is an all signs reading, so no matter who you are, whatever your sign is, whether you're looking at your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, then this reading is for you. Or you might be watching for someone else that's in your life and you want to see what their reading's about. Either way, you will have a reading in this video that is for you. So keep watching. All of the signs are listed and time stamped in the description below, or you can just scroll along on the scroll bar at the bottom and find your sign that way. So there's a reason why you've been drawn to this, and that's because you're meant to hear this message. We are starting with Aries. Aries, is this your sun sign? Your moon sign, your rising sign? Are you not sure? You know you're an Aries, but you're not sure whether Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign. Then go and look it up on Google, because it will give you all the information that you need. You can just ask Google, what is my sun sign? What is my rising sign? What does it all mean? I will do a video at some point just explaining it all in simple terms. But let's get going. For you, Aries, this is your reading, or it might be that you're watching for someone else in your life who is Aries. So we have the Hermit, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Right now, Aries, you are seeking answers. Something is not clear to you, or for some of you, you feel like you're being lied to. The Hermit is all about seeking answers from within. It's the card of the soul seeker, the soul searcher. You're searching yourself because you feel like something's not right, and you're asking yourself the question, first of all, is it just me? Am I feeling things for a reason, or am I being paranoid? But the next two cards do actually confirm, with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse, that you are not being paranoid, that something isn't clear, or the waters are being muddied deliberately around you. Not sure why. But first of all, take comfort, if you can take comfort in this, in knowing that you have been misled in some way. The Ace of Swords is about a lack of clarity. It's having knowledge withheld. It can also be direct deceit and deception. I'm not entirely sure which one applies to you as you watch this, but always go with your gut. If you feel like you're being deliberately lied to, then you're probably being deliberately lied to. The Queen of Wands in reverse is your card, because you should be like this. You're a fire sign, you are the Queen of Wands. You embody strength, fearlessness, action, impulsiveness. But something's lacking here. Someone has found your vulnerability, and they are using it. Let's find out more. The Hermit. You're asking yourself the question first. Is it me? Am I imagining it? You're not imagining it. This could also be that there's someone in your life who is Virgo, who you feel suspicious about. It could be this whole thing is about a Virgo for some of you. comes in with the Queen of Pentacles, which would also be a representation of Virgo. Someone that is usually very much in control of their own life. Someone who's quite driven, someone who's very organized, someone who has everything, they've got it all together. You know, they don't leave any room for doubt. They're the sort of person that you would never question. That's why this has made you question yourself. Because you're thinking, no, surely not. This is the last thing that they would do or say. Or the Ace of Wands. It's interesting. They've started something. Whatever this is about, you suspect that they've started something behind your back. I don't know what. I don't know in what context. I don't know if this is to do with something intimate. I don't know if it's something to do with something business connection. It could be either. But you feel like they're doing something they're not telling you about, and it's a sense of being disloyal. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. It is kind of very, it would be very like a pentacle energy card for them to hedge their bets. So to make sure something was up, running and established before they let go of the other thing first. It's like saying someone is starting a relationship with someone else when they're already in a relationship with you, but they're making sure that this new relationship is actually, it's going to be okay, it's got legs, it's going to be, before they let go of the relationship with you. They're keeping their options open. Or it could be that they've been working with you or for you. Maybe it's to do with business, but they're actually starting a new business with someone else before they decide to hand in their notice. I don't know. There's something here, but your suspicions are being confirmed here. The Ace of Swords reversed comes in with the Eight of Swords. So this sense of deception comes in with feeling trapped by that sense of deception, because it's not as if you can just approach them and say, I think this, that and the other. I think you're doing this because you have nothing to base it on. You have no proof except a feeling. So you feel trapped by it. And the Eight of Wands reversed. There's also a feeling here of the communication isn't the same as it was. This person isn't talking to you the same way that they used to. Either there's a lack of communication, or there's a change in communication. And things have slowed right down as well. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. You just don't know what to do, and I completely get it. I understand, Aries, that you are stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. The Queen of Wands in reverse. You feel disempowered. You feel like you've had all of your superpowers taken away from you. All that fire energy, all that confidence, all that fearlessness is gone. You feel very vulnerable. The King of Swords reversed. I think you're worried about actually saying anything, because if you do say anything, you're worried about what comes out of your mouth. The High Priestess is just knowing. It's just knowing. It's like you have the gut instinct, or the intuition you have is so strong now that you cannot ignore it. You cannot deny it. And that's when you know it's intuition and not suspicion. Because intuition doesn't go away. You don't wake up one morning and your intuition has changed. If it was suspicion, that would happen. If you suspected that someone was doing something and then someone put your mind at ease and you kind of like, okay, you're right, thank you, I feel better now. That means that it wasn't intuition, it was suspicion. So the last card here is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is saying that you need to just carefully plan what you do next. And make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. The Nine of Pentacles is saying whatever you've achieved up to this point is yours. Make sure that that isn't taken away from you. It might even be worth you getting ahead of the game and, you know, if there's no way of finding proof of this, to approach this person with proof, if there's no way of doing that, and there may well be a way of doing that, you may be able to find out a way to do that. But if you can't, then it may be that you have to be the one to make that break before they do, so that you get to protect your assets. Thank you, Aries, for watching. I hope that this reading did resonate for you and it has brought you some comfort or confirmation. And so we move on to Taurus. Taurus, for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, whatever it happens to be, or maybe you're watching because there's someone in your life who is Taurus. Taurus. So we have the Six of Cups, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles. Taurus, the Six of Cups is showing you that there's something going on here which is connecting you back to something that happened in your past. Now that might be a situation, it might be a place, it might be a person, it might just be a memory. It might be that right now you have been transported back to a time that you'd completely forgotten about because of a smell or a song or a TV program, or I don't know. But it could also be that you are reminiscing about the past for a particular reason. For some of you, it could be that this is a time of reflection because of an anniversary. For some of you, this could be a new sense of loss or bereavement. And for others of you, it's just something you've been drawn to and you can't explain why. The next card is the Four of Swords reversed. Interesting, this card makes me feel like it's the end of suffering for someone. So either you're being reminded of the fact that this was the end of someone's journey and it is an anniversary, but you're being reminded of, thank goodness they are no longer suffering. Or this is actually happening for you now. I'm not entirely sure which it is, but Taurus, there's a reason why you're here for this reading. Don't allow the fact that someone else's suffering is ended to become your suffering, because it's over. They are no longer suffering, and I understand that you have to go through the process of grief or loss, and that's okay, but don't allow that to become your suffering. The Seven of Pentacles also comes in. It allows you to move on. That whatever's going on here is an opportunity, and it might be for some of you that actually this is an anniversary. This person did pass maybe a year ago, and it's only now that you've given yourself permission to move on. emotionally, spiritually, maybe even physically. Maybe you've been holding on to something and you've been unable to let go of it, literally, physically, not just symbolically. Maybe the Seven of Pentacles for some of you is about saying that I've wanted to sell something of theirs, or sell a property, or give something away, or clean out their stuff. Whatever it is, now's the time you feel the strength in order to be able to do it. Six of Cups. You're remembering the positives, the happy memories. You're able to do that now without it feeling as painful as it used to. And maybe for some of you it's taken a long time. Maybe we're talking years. Six of Cups comes in with the Two of Pentacles reversed. It's been very up and down. It's been, as is the nature of grief, is that it comes in waves. But you're finding that those gaps between are getting longer and longer. We also have the Six of Wands reversed. The Six of Wands can sometimes be a card that says you have been battling, you have been fighting, you have been enduring. But actually, that card, because it comes in the reverse, is saying you don't have to anymore. You don't have to feel it's necessary to fight or endure. You can let go of that and feel okay about it. You've given yourself permission. You don't feel guilty about not feeling like you're fighting to feel happy. The Four of Swords reversed comes in with the King of Swords reversed and the Empress reversed. Some of you, this is about the loss of a parent. The Empress is maternal energy and the loss of a maternal energy. It may not actually be a parent for some of you. It may be someone that gave you maternal energy. So it could be another family member or even a friend. Whoever it was, someone that you felt just had that natural maternal energy. They were very giving, very nurturing, very caring. I also feel like you miss this person because of how direct they were. The King of Swords in reverse makes me feel like they would tell you exactly how they felt. If you asked for their opinion, they sure would give it. But it was so abrupt and so direct sometimes. It was funny. It was, you know, you could laugh about it. It was never personal. For some of you, I'm getting direct kind of messaging coming through for you if this is about someone that you've lost. And they're just very abrupt, but in a funny way. Seven of Pentacles comes in with the Four of Wands. It is time to move on. It is okay. The Page of Swords. You have so much to look forward to. There's new ideas, new potential, and you've held on to all of it for such a long time now. It's like, I don't deserve this. It wouldn't be right for me to explore the next thing, because you haven't felt you deserve to be happy for some reason. But it is okay, because this person wants you to be happy. They don't want you to sit around and being miserable. And even though I feel like for some of you, this person jokingly would have said, by the way, you better be miserable for the rest of your life when I pass, but that would have been their sense of humour. You need to be, this is your permission to get going and be happy again. And they are 100% behind you. 100%. Thank you, Taurus. I hope this reading brought you some comfort. and resonated for you, let me know in the comments. Next, we have Gemini. Gemini, whether this is your sun sign, your rising sign, or your moon sign, and you're not entirely sure what any of that means, you can check it on Google if you need to. But either way, I'm glad you're here, whether it's for yourself or someone else. There is a reason why. This message is important and you've been drawn to it for a reason. Let's see. Gemini. First card is the Nine of Cups reversed. The King of Pentacles reversed. And the Hermit. Gemini, there's a sense here for you that there's something lacking. The Nine of Cups is about feeling a lack of fulfillment, and you're not quite sure why, or what is the missing piece. You can't quite put your finger on it. I don't know, and I don't know if it was the last all signs reading that I had for you, and I picked up something about you're trying to fill a gap because you're looking for perfection. And it's a similar kind of energy I'm getting. Maybe you feel like things are just going too well. But why would that make you feel unfulfilled? For some of you, this is something else. This is about suddenly things taking a turn. But when I say taking a turn, I mean like things have been going quite well, and then you may find yourself going through a period of everything just feeling like it's going wrong for a short period of time, and you have no control over it. You know, I'm thinking Mercury retrograde kind of energy, but not. But we're talking something maybe more significant than that. The King of Pentacles reversed. What is it that you're not on the ball with? I feel like you're on the ball with a lot of stuff, but there's something here where you're just like, I'll deal with that later. Excuse me. I will deal with that later, but actually whatever that thing is, you should be dealing with it now. I don't know what it is, but you need to pay attention, because you think it will be okay. You kind of told yourself, yeah, it'll be fine. I just, it doesn't matter if I deal with that later. Actually, it does matter. And maybe that's what the Nine of Cups in reverse is about. It's that little something's ticking away at you. Something's saying you need to just sort that out now. I think you know. The Hermit is there's something about tunnel vision I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting given the words tunnel vision. Let me pull the clarifiers. Nine of Cups in reverse. Also, the other thing is, it's like the Nine of Cups when it's upright can be about everything slotting into place, everything going well. Some people would call it luck. Some people would say, wow, all those things, like it's like going from A to B and every single traffic light being green. It's like, wow, that doesn't happen very often. That was crazy. You know, but certain things that you just think is beyond your control, and it's just the universe just going, hey, look at what we can do. Actually, it's not that. This card, and it's coming in reverse, is about feeling like everything is against you temporarily, when actually it's not. There's something here which is, some of it is, it's not out of your control. There's things that you can do to either reverse them or stop them, and yet you're kind of looking at it as if it's completely random, and it may not be. So make sure you look at things objectively. Page of Wands. There's a sense of wanderlust here, okay? I'm getting with you. It's very much a case of being distracted. Kind of like, oh, you know, this is amazing. This is amazing. I should be putting more focus and energy into the thing that I'm doing well. And then, oh, what's that over there? And you forget about the thing that you were doing well. And it starts to wither a little bit. It's like doing, I think I've used the plant analogy before. It's like putting all your energy and focus into a plant and making sure that it's happy, healthy and thriving. And then you suddenly see another plant somewhere and you're like, oh, that's really nice. I like that. Oh, come here. I'm going to put some energy into you because you're really attractive. And in the meantime, the first plant is suffering and withering and wilting. So just concentrate on one thing at a time. It's a very Gemini thing. That you will just get distracted and end up doing more than you should, and the thing that you were meant to be doing ends up getting neglected. And if there is someone deliberately going, hey, Gemini, look over here, come this way, you have to learn to ignore it. Because the Ace of Pentacles comes in reverse, which means that you will end up jeopardizing what you already had if you don't do that. The King of Pentacles comes in with with the Lovers in reverse. You might even be your relationships or your connections might even be suffering, and you're not entirely aware of it. You know, I do get this. That's what this tunnel vision is about. Is like you are so involved in something of your own and you can't see anything outside of it. Just be careful of that as well, because Seven of Pentacles, someone's thinking very carefully about what their next move should be. And I feel that they are much more analytical, more, you know, they'll make a decision and they'll stick to that decision more so than you are. Whereas you just kind of let it happen and deal with it. This person is like, if things don't change in the next, give it time scale, then I'm going to have to make a decision. And that decision will be unexpected. You will find that decision as being, what the hell happened? Where did that come from? But when you look at the details, you'll realize why or what's happened here. So don't do that, you know. Open your eyes. The Hermit comes in with Justice. You're not on your own. You're not on your own. Whether this is about someone who's in an intimate relationship with you or someone that just has a close connection with you, it's not all about you. Really, that's what these cards are saying. It's not all about you. Remember. And we also have the Eight of Pentacles. You're working, I do sense some of you are putting a lot of time and energy and focus and work into something. And it will be something that you are, you know, you're good at. It's not a waste of time by any means. It is definitely worth every second of whatever it is that you're doing. But that doesn't mean it doesn't allow for anything else in your life. I think the important message here is keep doing what you're doing. Don't get distracted, and don't forget that life goes on as well in the meantime, because otherwise you're going to have a whole pile of stuff to have to deal with. In a few months, you're going to have to deal with what you've neglected with your your career or your business or whatever it happens to be. And you're also going to have to deal with some, you know, some pretty upset people who feel they've been neglected as well. So yeah, just deal with it now. Prevention is better than cure. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you. Please leave me a comment and let me know how this reading resonated for you. Next, we have Cancer. Cancer, is this your sun sign? Is it your moon sign? Maybe it's your rising sign, or maybe someone you know is Cancer. Whatever the reason, you've stopped at this video and it's called to you and you feel, I don't know why, I just feel like I need to watch this. You know, if it's something you don't normally watch, you know, you might be thinking, I don't watch Zodiac readings. What's wrong with me? Let's see why. Cancer. We have the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands reversed, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Cancer, you're having to make a decision right now, which is not easy. It's one of those kind of decisions that you're worried about getting wrong. You're worried about, if you get this wrong, everything will just, it will be a disaster. Everything I've, you know, hoped for will be destroyed. Everything I expect will be lost. All the potential will be thrown away. You're probably overthinking it a little bit, but I do agree that whatever this choice or decision is important. I do get that. And maybe you are feeling a little bit restricted in the choice that you're given. Maybe you would like to, you know, you would like more of a choice than the one that you have. The thing with the Two of Swords is that you have got a bigger choice than you realize, but you're not seeing it because you're only allowing yourself that choice. So it's like saying, for example, someone says, you know, would you like tea or coffee? And you're thinking, I don't really like tea or coffee. I don't really like either. But if I have to choose one, what you're not actually seeing is, just because they haven't offered it to you doesn't mean that you can't say, okay, but do you have hot chocolate? You know, you expand your horizons. You know, try something that you wouldn't normally try, is what the Two of Swords is about. The Five of Wands in reverse is also a card that says maybe you're not fighting hard enough for something. Maybe you just told yourself that there's no point in me applying for that, or there's no point in trying for that because there's so much competition. There's so much, it's very unlikely it would even be worth my time or effort. Don't write yourself off like that, Cancer. This card is saying if you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to be found. And it's so important that you do, regardless of how small the odds might feel or how unlikely it might feel. Sometimes it's the most unlikely things that are the most likely to happen. The Ace of Wands in reverse. There's some of you want a fresh start. Some of you, things might be going well. Things might be, you know, just exactly where they are, and they're okay. They're not amazing, but they're okay. And you just think, oh, it could be better, you know, and I feel like maybe I need something new. I need a fresh start. I need a fresh perspective. But you're not going there because you're worried that if you do, you'll end up losing what you already have. Again, there is no harm in trying. There is no harm in trying. This isn't about you giving up something to try something else. You're not having to do that. Let's clarify. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. You're restricting yourself. This choice is a restriction because it could be to do with finances. It could be that you don't have the money to give yourself a bigger choice. But there's also something you're missing. You're missing a trick here. So it's like, again, tea or coffee, don't really like either. What about hot chocolate? I don't know. I've never tried hot chocolate. I get the feeling I probably wouldn't like it. Well, try it anyway. You know, it's like, try it because you never know. It might become your new favorite thing. But you don't want to do it because that's going to cost money. And it's like, yeah, but what if I don't like it? And then I've spent money on it and that's a waste of money. Sometimes you have to take that risk. And then the Page of Pentacles reversed. You're hedging your bets way too much. The Page of Pentacles should be about planting a new seed and hoping and nurturing it and hoping that it grows into something. You can never guarantee it, but if you put all of the right intention into that seed and you do all of the right things and you don't neglect it and you look after it, it 9 times out of 10 it will produce, it will grow, it will do what you want it to do, but you have to put the right intention behind it. If you plant that seed and just think, well, you're probably nothing's ever gonna come of you, but regardless, I will water you and I will hope for the best, but I very much doubt anything's gonna happen, then we're starting off really, really, really badly. We're starting off with the universe saying, right, okay, I'm not going to put any effort into it if you're not, so let's just not bother. Remember that. Five of Wands reversed. You don't even want to fight the competition. You don't want to try because it's pointless. It'd be a waste of energy, a waste of time, maybe a waste of money. But boy, 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 are you wrong. The Sun. It's like saying everything you want is all wrapped up in this decision. The freedom, the happiness, the joy, the potential, the growth. You just have to step into the unknown. You have to do what you feel is pointless to a certain extent and just see what happens. Believe. It's the most important thing. Just put it out there to the universe and say, oh, you know, I'm not saying that this is unlikely. I'm saying this is likely, and this is for me. This is universe. Yeah, forget about all those thousands of other people. This is me. This is mine. I claim it. And let's just see what happens. Five of Cups. There will be no regrets. There will be no looking at, oh, if only I'd done that. I feel like now I could have succeeded. We're not doing that. The Ace of Wands in reverse comes in with Justice in reverse. Some of you, this isn't about a whole new start. This is just about making the most of what you have. Thinking outside of the box. Not actually understanding that this isn't about you getting away from what you have. It's embracing what you have. And seeing it for what it actually is. Seeing the true value and the potential in what you have. Because one day, you may not have it. And one day, and I'm talking hypothetically here, imagine that one day you have nothing. It's only then that you can look back and say, oh my God, everything that I had then, I didn't appreciate, I didn't value, but it meant everything. And I can only see that now because I have nothing. So put yourself in that mindset, put yourself in that perspective. The Five of Wands reversed again, second time for this card, which shows there is no competition. Keep telling yourself that this is meant to be for you. Stop thinking about all the other people or all the competition or whatever this is about, or the unlikely event of you succeeding at something. This is yours. There is no competition. Remember that. Get it into your head and feel confident about it. Thank you, Cancer. Thank you for your time. I hope this reading did bring you some clarity, some comfort, let me know in the comments. Next, we have Leo. Leo, is this your sun sign? Is it your moon sign? Is it your rising sign? Or are you watching because someone in your life is a Leo? Whatever the reason, you're here because you're meant to hear this message. Let's give these cards a good shuffle because they've already done a couple of rounds. Leo. Leo, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. It's not time to walk away from this. The Ten of Swords. And the Chariot. Yep, you're meant to carry on with something here, Leo. You may have thought at some point this was done. It was dead in the water. It's finished. It's kaput. It's like deciding that your car was a write-off. And then all of a sudden, you go to start it one day and it's as bright as a button. And you're thinking, where's that come from? There was no sign of life for weeks and weeks. And now it's turning over like a kitten, purring like a kitten. Now, obviously, for some of you, it's not about your car, it's about something else. Maybe it's something that you felt that you had lost enthusiasm for. Maybe you felt like you'd fallen out of love with something or someone. And you just about got to the point of saying, I'm done. And then something happens which makes you say, actually, let me just think about this one last time. The Ten of Swords is avoiding a difficult ending that you don't have to make a decision about ending something that could potentially be difficult or sensitive or traumatic even for some of you. At the end of the day, it's realizing that I don't have to do this. I have a choice. I might even be able to allow this thing to exist, but maybe emotionally distance myself from it for now. I don't have to actually bring it to an end. I don't have to. It's okay. There's a reason why I don't want to. It doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm making a mistake. If you wanted confirmation for that particular question, am I doing the right thing if I end this? That is exactly why you're watching this reading. This is your confirmation. The Chariot is moving forward without moving on. You can keep going forward. You don't have to keep going back to try and change something that's already happened. That's done. Okay? Understand the difference. But you can still move forward. And what will be, will be. Maybe this thing will recover. Maybe it won't. But you can move on from this. It doesn't mean you're walking away from it. It doesn't mean you're giving up on it. It doesn't mean you're deciding it's done, it's over, it's finished. You're allowing it to give you some breathing space. And if it follows you, it follows you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The Eight of Cups reversed. You have the right to change your mind. Maybe you hadn't quite figured it out yet, but if you did, you can change your mind. It's okay. The Seven of Cups reversed. You're seeing things much clearer than you have done before. I think that's what this is about. I think Your decision may have been based on what you thought you believed, and now you're seeing things differently. You're seeing things like the fog is clearing, and through the fog you thought you saw an image or a picture, and now you realize it's not what you thought. And that's why it gives you the chance to rethink and change your direction. The moon in reverse is also things not being as that you thought they were. Very interesting, both of those cards. It's the fog lifting, it's the sun coming up, it's saying, I could have sworn that's what that was. And now that I see things clearly, I'm really surprised I was so wrong. I was so wrong, and it's okay that I'm wrong. I'm so glad I've been given the opportunity to see this before I made that final decision. So, Leo, the Ten of Swords comes in with the Five of Cups. There's a bit of... I'm getting the word survivor guilt, but I don't think that's what this is. I don't know why that particular phrase has come to my mind. But it is kind of a little bit like, can you imagine if I did this? How awful it would have been. How wrong I would have been if I'd made this decision based on what I thought I knew when I was wrong. You don't need to go there. You don't need to put yourself through that because you didn't do it. You didn't make the wrong decision. There's no point in saying, what if that had happened? It's such a waste of energy. It's bringing negativity into an actually very positive situation. Don't regret something you didn't do. The Seven of Pentacles means that you get to move forward with this with a sense of purpose and knowing what's worth it and what's not worth it. Is giving you the perspective that you were looking for. And the Chariot is all about that moving forward with confidence. The Two of Swords is choices, decisions that haven't been easy. And look what comes from it. The Ace of Pentacles, which is pure potential. Sometimes we think we have to make a choice and we don't. We put ourselves into that turmoil of saying, I have no choice about this. I have to make a decision one way or the other. Otherwise, and it's not true. You can actually just say, actually, no, I don't have to make a decision. Nothing will happen if I don't make this decision. Nothing's going to change. Why am I doing it to myself? But all of this energy, all of this reading is saying you're seeing things very clearly. You are being given the opportunity to change the course of your future in a way and avoiding making a mistake. And that's a beautiful thing. How many times does that happen? How many times do we get given a reprieve? So yeah, take this as it resonates. Leo, I hope it does bring you comfort or clarity. Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Next, we have Virgo. Virgo, is this your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign? Maybe it's someone else in your life that's Virgo. Maybe you're just drawn to this reading and you're not too sure why. Maybe you don't know what your rising sign is and you're drawn to this reading, and then you'll find out afterwards, actually Virgo was my rising sign. So there you go. Let's see. Virgo, we have the Three of Wands in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Don't be afraid of the reversed cards. The reverse cards quite often are the ones that hold the most important messages. Sometimes the reverse card actually makes an upright card positive, so don't be put off by reverse cards. The Three of Wands reversed is being afraid of what's in front of you. It's being told that you have a free run at something. All the obstacles are being removed. It's like going on a journey and knowing that every time you've gone on this journey before, there's been a part where everything's blocked, or there's a path that you can't get past. There's been a tree covering the path, or whatever, rocks, there's been an avalanche. I don't know what it is, but you haven't been able to go further. You've had to always take a certain detour. And now all of a sudden the path is clear. Those obstacles are no longer there. They don't exist anymore. But you're afraid of it. You're like, oh, but I've always taken the detour, and now I'm being encouraged to follow this path, which is just way too open. It's frightening because there's nothing in my way. The Magician in reverse also comes in to say that you have everything right now that you need. The only thing you don't have is your own belief, your own confidence, your own... You're not seeing your own potential. It does give me energy of kind of being... What's the word I'm looking for? It makes me feel like someone who has been institutionalized. There's a very sense of being stuck in your ways. But there is also this kind of fear of the open road as well, because you like to know what's coming, what's next, what's around the corner. You don't like surprises. And this is all about a big element of surprise that you don't like. The Knight of Cups in reverse. You haven't dared to dream something because you're not a dreamer. What's the point? Is like the kind of narrative you've given yourself is why allow yourself to imagine or dream something if it's never going to be a reality? What's the point? But that's not a pessimistic thing. It's just you being very practical, pragmatic. You get excited about things that are confirmed to become a reality. But not the what ifs. And these cards seem to be saying you're not allowing yourself to you have a clear run. So you are being given freedom to do something without taking a risk, and yet you're acting as if it's something that is risky, and it's not. Now, I don't know if this for some of you is about a relationship, because what I will tell you is if this is about a relationship, then you are expecting or fearing that actually this isn't really what it seems. The Three of Wands in reverse can be about a suspicion of third party involvements, or feeling like someone's not being honest, or feeling like it could even be that you're in a relationship that feels good, and on the surface it is good, but you're giving yourself reasons as to why it's not. And the one thing I'm getting is you're telling yourself that you're taking something away from this person. This person, you know, I could end up tying this person down, when actually they should be a free spirit. That's up to them. That's not your choice. You know, you don't decide whether or not they should be a free spirit or not. And if they want to be with you, they want to be with you. So also comes in with the Two of Wands, which means that your suspicions are not confirmed. There is only two of you. There isn't three of you. And the Four of Cups. It's strange. I don't know if this is about a relationship or if it's about something else. But something is trying to show itself to you as being incredibly good and positive, and suddenly giving you a very clear path. You're being given a clear path, a huge opportunity, but you're coming up with all these reasons as to why you shouldn't follow it. And one of them, Four of Cups, is kind of saying, I don't think they're as interested, or I don't think, you know, this is as great as it's being made out to be. I don't know, but the Magician reversed, Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. You need to go after this with every fibre of your being, Virgo, which is what these cards are saying. The Magician in reverse is you not seeing the potential, or you're deliberately hiding yourself from the potential of this. And the Knight of Swords is saying you need to like actually go after this with confidence and vigor and energy and everything you have, because the Seven of Cups is usually all about choice, or having too much choice, or too many reasons, too many. It's like multiple choices, you know. It's like if you had a multiple choice question and the multiple choices are A, B or C, you know, there's a good chance you're going to get it right. However, if you have a question and then you have 26 multiple choices, that's like, what's the point? I'm definitely going to get it wrong. And that's what you're doing here, is you're making something so ridiculously unlikely, but you're doing it deliberately, and you need to just stop it. You know the answer, just do it. The Knight of Cups reversed. Be kind to yourself. For some reason you're not being kind to yourself. I don't know why you're giving yourself such a hard time. Comes in with the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is about being given something, Virgo. You don't like it. You don't like it when it feels like something's being handed to you. You don't feel like you've earned it, or you don't feel like you deserve it, then it's like, don't. It makes me feel really awful. It makes me feel awkward. It makes me feel, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but this, you need to stop doing that, because this is almost like the opposite of what you're making it feel like. You've done something and someone is trying to repay you, or the universe is trying to repay you for something you've done. It's not the other way round. It's not just something being handed to you on a plate and you're just like, well, I didn't ask for this, didn't want this. Where's this come from? It's come from a big place. And why are you being so hard on yourself? Give yourself what you deserve. The Queen of Pentacles, which is you in the upright, Virgo. And this is basically saying all of these cards lead up to this one card, which is, this is who you actually are, and this is your essence. the Queen of Success, the Queen of Positivity, the Queen of being down to earth, the Queen of realistic intention, the Queen of knowing. Be all of those things and stop telling yourself that it's selfish or I don't want it or whatever it is, because you deserve it. Be nice, be kind. Allow yourself to be happy. Thank you, Virgo. I hope this reading did bring you some comfort or clarity. Let me know in the comments. Next, we have Libra. Libra, is this your sun sign? Your sun sign is what everyone goes by. If anyone doesn't know what the sun sign is, it's the most common representation. Zodiac sign is usually your sun sign. Your rising sign, your ascendant, or is it your moon sign? Or maybe it's someone else that's Libra and you're just like, let's see what the cards are saying for this person. Whatever the reason, you're meant to hear this message. Libra. Five of Cups in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. These cards are actually very good. You'll be glad that they are in reverse. And the Four of Pentacles. This is a time for you, Libra, where you're coming to the end of a period of sadness, regret, loss. Something that has felt like an emotional burden on many of you. Or for some of you, it might be that someone's been trying to make you feel like this is your burden or this is something that you should be sorry for, and it's definitely not the case. But you can see that quite clearly. I think whatever this is about, I think it's incredibly refreshing, because even if it is someone trying to make you feel guilty for something you haven't done, it would be a very Libra thing for you to do, to take that on, to take that guilt on and go through all of the emotions of that before you realize that it wasn't ever yours in the first place. But by then it's too late because you've gone through it all. But actually this time it feels like, no, you can see something very clearly from the very first moment that this isn't yours, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. For some of you, this is about a relationship, and you're seeing someone in a very different light. You're seeing them as being quite manipulative or even cruel. You're also seeing them having maybe dumped stuff on you in the past and you hadn't quite seen it until now. And now you're seeing it. You're like, oh, wow, okay, this person's actually dumped loads of stuff on me before, and now I can see it. Maybe this has been your time of need, Libra. Maybe you've needed them and all of a sudden they're not there. It's like, what? I never ask anything of you. It's always the other way around. And now I need you. You're not there. And now I need to question things. Now this could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be an intimate partner. It could be a business partner. It could be someone you work with. I don't know. But you're seeing someone in a different light. The Four of Pentacles is how you take back control, because it feels like they have had the upper hand for a certain amount of time, but you can see it now, so that's okay. And you're not doing that thing that Libras can sometimes do, where you kind of overthink it a little bit and go, oh yeah, but what if I'm wrong, what if I'm wrong, and then I end up destroying them and they ruin their life, and no, this is different. This is you actually knowing full well what's going on here. You're not second guessing it, you're not questioning it, you're not double checking, you're not actually caring the impact. When I say that, it sounds cold, but you'll understand what I mean. As a Libra, you will start putting yourself in the other person's shoes and thinking, yeah, but actually, how is this going to make them feel? Even if they are guilty, what is this going to do to them? I'm responsible for that. You're not doing that, and you're thinking, no, whatever this is about, this person deserves it. Someone needs to put them straight. Someone needs to put them in their place. Someone needs to stop them using other people. I don't pick up anger as such yet. Let's just see. The Five of Cups reversed comes in with the Hanged Man reversed. So you're not going to react to this in the moment. You're going to bide your time. You're going to find the right time to... You might even be playing a bit of a game here. I don't know, Libra. You might be playing a bit of a game where you're just seeing how much more they're going to try and manipulate before you decide to make a move. Yeah, you're giving them enough rope, put it that way. The Sun, it's actually a really refreshing relief that you get to see this or understand it, or that's why I don't feel anger. I feel like maybe subconsciously you've had some kind of inkling, maybe up until this point, but you've never given it any energy, so it's not come as a huge shock. But what you are giving me from this is that it's just like, thank you. I was right. I knew I was right, and I'm well out of this. Whatever it is, it's like, yeah. Ten of Wands reversed. Ten of Cups. At the end of the day, the most important thing to you is your family, and it feels like there's something being highlighted to you about, not that it needed to be highlighted, but something's being emphasized, amplified about how beautiful your family connection is. Maybe someone was trying to disrupt that in some way, and you're like, no, not on my watch, absolutely not. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is how much you have actually fought for this situation. You fought for this connection, whatever the connection was. Maybe, like I said, I don't know if it's a friend, a colleague, or something else, but you've put a lot of work into this. You've not given up. You've been determined. You've given it chance after chance after chance. It's not been easy by any means. I don't think this has just been, you know, a fantastic story and all of a sudden it's just gone dark. I think it's been twilight all the way through. We've also got the Moon. Your intuition has been right, and this is also an emotion. It is an emotional... It's an emotional confirmation, because I think you're emotional. If you are going to be emotional about anything, it's how you dodged a bullet, essentially. and how grateful you are, and how it's actually given you the chance to see how beautiful your connection is with your family. That you maybe, even though you did appreciate it, absolutely no doubt about that, but would you have seen it in this light if this hadn't happened? And the answer is no. So it's almost like, thank you for making me see how incredibly important these people are in my life. The Four of Pentacles comes in with the Five of Cups in the upright, and the Page of Swords, and the Two of Cups is so interesting. This is where you kind of say, enough's enough, I'm moving on, don't need this. I do sense that this person is going to protest. They're going to beg you. They're going to do everything they can to stop you going your own way. They're going to try and emotionally blackmail you. God knows what else. I don't know. But you're just, no thank you. You're not having any of it. You're not interested. You're not going to completely, I do sense that you're not going to completely cut them off. And you may well hear them out, because your Libran brain is very intrigued to hear what they've got to say. But you know it doesn't matter what they say. Nothing they can say can actually change your mind. And maybe if you regret anything, you regret having not seen this sooner. And you also regret having held yourself back from something else. Because that's what the two of Cups is about, is that maybe there's been something there on the outside, on the outskirts, and you've been like, that connection feels, you know, like there's something there, but I have to ignore it because I need to be loyal to this situation. So now you can let go of it. You can actually explore this, which could be something else. It could be something really, really promising, Libra. So I'm excited for you. Thank you for watching. Let me know how this reading resonated for you. Hope it brought you some confidence, some clarity. And next we have Scorpio. Scorpio, this is your sun, your moon, your rising sign, or maybe you're just watching because someone else close to you is a Scorpio. Whatever the reason, you've been brought here to receive this message because it's important. So let's not waste any more time. Scorpio, Eight of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is a pivotal time in your life, Scorpio. For some reason, I'm getting something you've put a lot of time and effort into, something you've really had a lot of focus on, input in. I don't know if this is solely yours or if it's something that was a collaborative event or collaborative effort, but whatever it is, it's something that you are incredibly proud of, and it has come to the point of it's done, it's ready. Now I get to exhibit this thing in some way. It's like a launch of something. It feels like you're launching something because it's actually ready. And now comes judgment time. This is the moment you've been waiting for. This is where you get to reap the rewards, but you also get to hear about the impact that this is having on other people. It's almost, for some of you, it feels as if this is something you've been working towards for your whole life. and you've made it. It's like doing something that very few people have done. And now that you're there, everyone's there waiting. What's it like? What's it like? Tell us what it's like. They're waiting with bated breath to hear about the experience, or they want to see the result of what you've been doing. It's really interesting. This is an awakening. You've been given the gift of... It is experience. It's a gift of experience that everyone wants to share. Everyone wants a piece of this now. So you get to enlighten others. And the Six of Pentacles reversed. There's going to be a certain... There's only so much you can do, or you can share, or you can kind of make people understand. Because there's a part of this which is... You wouldn't understand, you wouldn't get it unless you did it. It's that kind of thing. But that's not meant to be shared anyway. That's for you. That is your personal experience, and that's okay. And maybe the most frustrating thing about this is that that's going to be the one thing that everyone asks you questions about, and you're just going to have to tell them, look, I cannot give you an answer to that. Let's clarify. The Eight of Pentacles. This hasn't been easy. I get the sense that this has been a journey which has been very up and down. There's been times when you've almost decided that this isn't going to work, or you've had to fight to save something, and it's come very, very close to feeling like it nearly didn't succeed. But you've carried on because you kind of knew, I think, that this was worth every second of energy that you had. Ten of Swords. It's interesting because this is at the time when you're so happy's not the word. You're so fulfilled by this journey that it's time. You've achieved what you were hoping to achieve. But there's something very bittersweet about it as well that makes me feel that you're kind of sad it's also over. You were enjoying the journey, literally. You were enjoying the journey. The journey was to achieve something, and now you've achieved it. It's like, I'm going to miss that journey. The Hanged Man. What's left for you now, which is interesting, is being able to actually enjoy everything. Look back. It's like being played everything. It's like being part of a movie. So this movie's taken, let's just say this movie's taken 20 years to make. And you can't actually watch the movie until it's finished. So this is exactly what that energy is like. It's like, now that it's over, I get to actually experience it. I couldn't experience it while I was in it, while I was creating it. Now I get to experience it, which is amazing as well. You're seeing it from a different perspective. Judgment. Two of Wands reversed. and the Ace of Cups. You're also able to let go of what you thought. How do I put this? So Judgment is, this is the time of experiencing other people's experience of what you've just, if that makes sense. It's open, being open to new information. It's an awakening. It's a new, but you're so open to it. You're so willing to allow it all to come. And the beauty of it is that people aren't bombarding you, or it's not even people. There's no energy. There's no bombardment of energy, which is more ideas, more plans, more this, more that. There's none of that, because you don't need it. It's more a reaction. It's more it's more people. I don't know if it's people or what it is, but it's more about, even though you're not asking for it, the reaction, I can't think of any other way of putting it. The Ace of Cups is that reaction is so emotionally positive. It's love, it's pride, it's affection, it's happiness, contentment, and it's all being given to you. The Six of Pentacles reversed comes in with the Devil reversed. And the Nine of Pentacles reversed. You're letting go of so much stuff here. It's overwhelming how light it's going to make you feel. Because has been about you putting in an awful lot into something, having to put a lot into something that potentially had no end result or no outcome. And it's exhausting. But now you're there, finally. You're understanding and seeing the light, quite literally. And by doing that, you let go of all of those emotional burdens, the unhealthy attachments, the needing, the wanting, the hoping, the praying. You let go of all of it. You don't need it anymore. You're on safe ground. You've landed in one piece. And not only that, people are just in awe of that journey. And how you didn't ever quit, or you didn't give up, and you did what most people don't do. So, amazing reading, Scorpio. Let me know how it resonated, and I move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, is this for your sun sign? Is it maybe for your moon sign? Or is it your rising sign? Whichever, maybe you're watching for someone else. Whatever the reason, you've been drawn to this because this message is important. Sagittarius. You're trying to get away from me, Sagittarius. We have the Chariot. The Five of Pentacles. And Judgment. Strong energy coming in for you, Sagittarius. So we have the Five of Pentacles sitting in the middle of two big players, one being the Chariot, the other one being Judgment. The Chariot is all about going forward with confidence and without doubt. It's like saying, this is where I'm going. I know this is where I'm going. I have no doubt that this is the right place, and going forward is the right thing to do. I don't need to look back. I don't need to question where I've come from. I know where I'm going and I'm going there. And then Judgment is saying almost the opposite, because it's saying, actually, I'm looking back, but I'm looking back with the knowledge that I did the right thing. It is a little bit of both. It is a little bit of saying, I give myself permission to move forward because I know that the past is allowing me to do that. I leave no stone unturned. In the middle of these two cards is the Five of Pentacles, which is a card that says you haven't felt like you found your place for quite some time. And maybe you haven't known, Sagittarius, whether you're meant to be back there or whether you're meant to be way in front. Or are you going this way, are you going that way? Are you done or are you not? It's like confusion. But what I see with these cards is, you know that if you move forward and you do it with confidence and you do it with pride, that's all you need. Because there is no guarantee that where you're going is going to be the answer to all your prayers, or it's going to be the right thing or the right place, or there is no guarantee. There never is. There never was. There never was where you came from. And then there won't be next time. Right up until the very last day, there will never be that guarantee. Sometimes you can say, I feel like it's the right thing to do. Sometimes you feel like, no, that's not the right thing to do. And that's okay. That's what your intuition's about. But there's never a guarantee. And that's what the Five of Pentacles is saying. It's saying, I understand, I decide, I make choices and decisions, and I do it with confidence. I do it with no regret. I appreciate where I've come from, and I embrace where I'm going. There's no looking back. There's no looking back in any sense of, what have I done? Where am I going? It's, I know what I've done and I know where I'm going, but I don't know what the outcome will be. This is something new happening for you, Sagittarius. You're not defined by your mistakes, is kind of what I'm getting with these cards. And you refuse to be. And I think that's incredibly powerful, because most people have difficulty with that. The Chariot is clarified by the Empress reversed. And the Five of Wands. You do fight for what you want. You're a fire sign. You are not someone that just is easily extinguished. And you will fight till the bitter end for what's right. You're not afraid of being confronted or confronting. You won't hide under a bushel. But you also like to have a logical and constructive conversation rather than fight about it or argue about it. It's like, let's just have a healthy debate about this. I want to hear your side. I want to hear your opinion. It's very refreshing, again, because most people, when they get into it, they only want to make sure that they're heard, not that they're more interested in their own voice than hearing someone else's. Whereas you're very different. You want to hear the other person, and you will listen and you will digest, and then you'll decide before you speak. And it's okay. You'll be times when you conclude that you were wrong, and that's okay. The Five of Pentacles, which is really just a card which says there's never guarantee. You can never be sure. You can never be sure or certain that this is right, but you're sure in yourself that you're making the right choice for you. You don't need anyone to tell you. You don't need anyone to say, hey, Sagittarius, you might be doing the wrong thing. Or Sagittarius, are you sure? Is this the right thing? You don't want to hear it. You don't want to know. You don't put that burden on someone else. You never would. There's that burden card. Look at that. The 10 of Wands, the burden. That's yours. It's yours to carry. You make these decisions and you carry the burden off if it ends up being wrong. Or not just wrong. It's not about being wrong. It's just like, did I make the right decision? Could I have made a better decision because it could have been easier if I'd done it that way? Or, you know, and sometimes you can overanalyze things and you can go a little bit too far into the detail and the microscopic energy of something. But at the end of the day, when you make a decision, you own it. And the star is actually the freedom that affords you. It gives you just the freedom of confidence of knowing whatever happens from here on, I own it, I claim it, and it is what it is. And then we have Judgment. Which comes in with justice, judgment and justice together. Exactly what I was saying, you know. Judgment is like saying, okay, this is the decision I make and there's no going back, and I say this is the right decision because because it's mine, so that makes it right. I say it's right, and it's right because I gave it confidence, because I nurtured it, I brought it into existence. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning. How can it be wrong? Whatever this is, it has potential, and I will make it the best it can be, regardless of how it presents itself or how it grows or how difficult it may be. Maybe I planted a seed that's going to grow into the most mighty, incredible oak tree. Or maybe I've planted a seed which is actually a really weak and challenged sapling that is surrounded by weeds and is going to go through its life being constantly under attack of being strangled by weeds, and is going to struggle for light. But either way, whichever way this turns out, I will make the best of it. And I will put everything into it that I possibly can. There is nothing in this reading that's saying to me, you're making the right decision, Sagittarius, this is going to go well for you. Or, oh, this is tricky. That is the whole point of the reading, is saying that you know that you can't be given that. That is not the point of this reading. The point of this reading is to say that from now on, you're in control of how you deal with this. You're not in control of how this turns out. You're in control of how you look after this, how you react to this, how you experience this. It's amazing how something can change in the way that you experience it. Something that most people would see as a negative. If you start dealing with it as if it's something incredibly positive, guess what? It becomes positive. And that's really what this is about. It's almost like an experiment in how to change energy, or how to manipulate energy to be what you want it to be. Thank you, Sagittarius. Thank you. Let me know how this reading resonated for you. As we move on to Capricorn. Capricorn. Is this your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign? Maybe you're just watching because someone else close to you is Capricorn. Whatever the reason, you're watching because this message is important. card that falls is the Eight of Swords. You feel trapped, Capricorn. You feel trapped, you feel suffocated, you feel boxed in. The Ace of Cups. Are you feeling trapped by your own emotions? Do you feel the need to let it all out, let it all go, but you're scared to, because if you do, you don't think you're going to be able to stop? The Wheel of Fortune. If you do, if you let go, if you let the emotions go, it will be the best thing you've done. I promise you. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is about. The Wheel of Fortune is saying it's a change for the better. Things will feel different after you've done that. And maybe the emotion, the emotional river, the emotional torrent that comes, maybe it will take a day or two to pass. But when it's done, you'll feel so relieved. I don't know what kind of emotional thing this is, whether it is a sad emotion, whether you feel frustrated. The Eight of Swords is definitely a sense of frustration, of feeling just helpless. But I think that partly the reason you feel helpless, Capricorn, is because you're not allowing yourself to breathe. And the only way you're going to be able to breathe is by letting this out. The Eight of Swords is very much about a sense of keeping yourself in a place of restriction or suffocation. Even though you're not doing it deliberately, without knowing it, you're not allowing yourself to move on from something. Comes in with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which means that there has been opportunities in the past for you to do exactly what this reading is about and move on from something, let something go. In order to let something go, you have to experience the pain of it, and that's what you've not been ready to do. That's why you've kept yourself in this place of limbo up until this point, because you've not been ready for the pain of the conclusion of it. The Seven of Swords reversed. You just don't fully trust yourself or your emotions. I feel for some of you, Capricorn, you never have done. This isn't just a one-off event. It's been something that's happened throughout your life where you're just like, you feel overwhelmed by your own emotions and you just bury them rather than allow them to come to the surface. And there's only so much of that you can do before you start running out of air. The Ace of Cups is letting it go. And it is, whether you like it or not, it is a beautiful thing. We have it, keep saying it, we have emotions. Every emotion we have has a purpose. It has a reason. There's a reason why we feel happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, fear, all of those things. And yet some of them we tell ourselves are not good emotions. You know, the only good emotion really is happiness or excitement, or that's not true. All emotions are good. All emotions serve a purpose. And some emotions, if you do not allow them to manifest, they block all your other emotions. They stop you from being happy. It's like water flowing through a pipe. And then along comes anger, which is a blockage. If you don't allow that anger to be acknowledged, confronted, understood, heard, then the water, which is your happiness, will never flow. It's not just your happiness, it's the love that you have for yourself. Comes in with death, which is the change, the transformation, the moving on, the act of having to close one door in order to open a new one. And now is the time that you can do that. It's significant. And it's a big, big thing for you. Whatever this is about, it's a huge thing. And it's okay, because you will always have memories. You will always have the experience. That will never be something that you let go of. Don't forget the experience, the memory, the part of who you are will always be there. The Ten of Swords reversed. This is not going to be what you think. This is not going to be the horrific, horrendous, painful, traumatic experience that you think. In fact, it's going to be quite therapeutic. It's going to be cathartic. It's going to be such a weight off, such a relief, such a release. The Wheel of Fortune. In comes the change, the Ace of Wands, new beginnings, fresh perspective, air, freedom. Wands is all about fire, and it's also the card of action. It's the card of taking the next step with confidence. It's feeling spontaneous, impulsive, fearless. It's opening all of that up that you've held yourself back from. And then we have the Six of Swords, which is the moving on. It's moving, letting all of that be behind you and allowing yourself to move towards what's in front of you, which is peaceful, calm, loving, positive, and something that you've needed for such a long time. It's going to be okay. If I was going to sum this up in one sentence, everything's going to be okay. You're not going to go through what you think you're going to go through. You're not going to go over the edge of the waterfall. It's okay. You're just going to gently drift into calmer waters. Thank you, Capricorn. Let me know how this reading resonated for you as we move into Aquarius. Aquarius. Is this for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign? Or are you watching because someone else in your life is an Aquarius? Whatever the reason, this message is important and you need to hear it. Aquarius. We have the King of Cups, strength, the Sun in reverse. So the King of Cups could be a person. It could be a person, someone that is very nurturing, someone that cares deeply about you. Now, King of Cups energy can sometimes give me fatherly energy, or just that kind of energy of someone who has a very unconditional, caring energy about them towards you. Someone that knows you very, very well, someone that's known you for a long, long time and genuinely wants nothing but the best for you. There's nothing. This is pure unconditional energy. Okay, whoever this is, male or female, The reason I'm getting male energy for this card is because the structure of the energy is masculine, as in they are very, even though they're very nurturing, they're also very strong. The energy is strong. It's strong, safe, nurturing energy. So this could be someone in your life that actually, whether they are a relative or a friend or whoever, they make you feel safe naturally. There's someone that you can rely on. Someone that you trust 100%. Now, why they're coming into your reading, I don't know, but they're here for a reason. The Strength card. This person gives you strength. They make you see your strength. It's not that they give you strength. They make you see your strength. They make you see the reality of who you are. They will tell you, you're like this. Stop being afraid. You're so much stronger. You're not stupid. And instead of it just feeling like words, someone's just trying to appease me, someone's trying to make me feel better, you actually hear them and feel them, and the words resonate. They mean something. They have this way about them of being able to make you see the reality of a situation rather than be blinded by fear or disappointment or whatever it is. The Sun in reverse. The Sun in reverse is interesting because I'm getting a lot of Leo energy here with the Lion and the Strength card, and the Sun in reverse is Leo. But this card is like, where is this person? It makes me feel like they're not around, but they are around, which is strange. It is potentially the essence of someone that was very close to you that's no longer here, that has passed or something like that, but you still feel their energy even though they're not actually physically here. So let's clarify. I think you have to remind yourself of, maybe this is just someone that's not around you physically because they're not geographically near you. Maybe there's someone that is still living, but they're just away and you're missing them. You know, you're going through a time in your life where you just kind of need to hear their wisdom. You need their advice. You really need it, but you don't actually need them. The reality is you don't actually need to hear them say it or be there. You can just think about them and imagine, what would they say in this situation, and they'll give you the answer. Whether this is someone who's actually living or has passed on, whoever it is, all you have to do is ask yourself the question, what would they say right now? And you'll get the answer straight away. The King of Cups. For some of you, this is about either missing a paternal energy or wishing that someone almost get the feeling like this could be for some of you about wishing that someone had been in your life longer. It's like, where have you been all my life? I could have done with someone like you years ago. Maybe some of you have never had a particularly strong paternal influence, or you've never had just a generally nurturing, safe haven energy to make you feel everything's okay in your life ever. Maybe some of you, and yet this person is here and has been in your life for a while, but you just, I don't know, it's strange. The Judgment card in reverse. They've never once judged you. They've never once questioned your choices or your actions. It's just very, like I said, it's so unconditional. There's a part of me that makes me feel like you're also thinking to yourself, why can't I be more like them? Why can't I be more unconditional like they are or they were? Because you're not them. And however you see them, however you view them, isn't necessarily how they actually are or were. Maybe you think they're unconditional. They're probably not. That's how they come across. But I'm sure there's times when they have been judgmental. Maybe not with you, but they probably have been. So, the Seven of Wands. You've never once had to explain yourself or defend your, like actually feel like you need to explain. It doesn't, even if it was directly involving them. I feel like this person is so non-judgmental that it's like if you borrowed their car and then in the space of 1 hour you completely wrote their car off, they would still be the kind of person that would say, you don't need to explain. You don't need to. All I know is that you wouldn't have done it deliberately, and that's good enough for me. That's fine. They're that kind of person because they care about you. It's not because they are like that with everyone. That's what I think you're missing here, is that there's certain people that they don't have that level of connection with, that they will want an explanation from. If someone else had done that, they'd be like, right, you need to sit down and tell me exactly what happened. They're no fool, So stop trying to be hard on yourself or say, why can't I be more like them? How can I cope without them? They've given you everything that you need to carry on, It's like, just tap into their energy. That's all you have to do. But actually, the whole point of this reading is that they're showing you, the point of them is that they've been able to show you what you can do, what you're capable of doing yourself. The fact that you shouldn't even need to ask them the questions because you already know the answers. That's the point. Strength, it comes in with the Five of Swords reversed and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Sometimes you've got to be brave. And the hardest time that you have to sort of step forward and claim or use that bravery, use that confidence, is when you're having to deal with something and it feels like you're doing it alone. The Sun in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse, Temperance in reverse. I think if this person could say anything to you right now, they would tell you to listen to your heart. And they would tell you there's no right or wrong. There's no guarantee, there's no right, there's no wrong. There's just do what your heart's telling you. All you can do is do what feels right. Do what you deserve. Don't sit with the what ifs. Don't sit with the if onlys. You have a lot to discover. I'm being shown a lot of discovery. I'm being shown untapped potential. There's a whole world out there, and you don't need to go anywhere to discover it. You've done it right up till this point. Just keep doing it. You know, it's like, yes, it's okay to miss people. It's okay to value the connections in your life. That's the whole point, is that they've left this huge positive impact on you. And now you've got to do the same. You've got to make sure that you leave a huge positive impact on someone or several people. This isn't just about them. It's about you. I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Aquarius. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. Next, and finally, but definitely not least, last but definitely not least, is Pisces. Pisces, welcome. Is this your sun sign? Your sun sign, which is what everyone's zodiac sign, the sign they go by, is called your sun sign. Or maybe this is your rising sign or your ascendant, or maybe it's your moon sign. Or maybe you're watching because someone else in your life is Pisces and you're intrigued to hear what their important message is. Whatever the reason, it is important, and that's why you have been drawn to this video. Pisces, we have the Magician in reverse, the Empress in reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles. So the Magician in reverse and the Empress in reverse I don't know. I feel like this is something to do with you being frustrated at having a lack of say in something, or a lack of control in something, or a lack of having your input into a creative process of some kind. Like, can't quite put my finger on it, but the Magician reversed can be about not a lack of potential, it's a lack of understanding or seeing or acknowledging the potential in something. Maybe you're missing a point here, maybe you're missing a trick, maybe there's something that you're overlooking or letting it go because as far as you're concerned it's not worth your time, or it's irrelevant, or it's not what you would usually get involved with. But actually that would be a mistake. It doesn't feel big enough, significant enough. The Empress reversed is very similar, because the Magician is about knowing your potential and using every inch of your potential. And the Empress is about nurturing that potential, having all the tools and then using them to create something. And yet both of these cards come in the reverse position, which means you're missing something, Pisces. Maybe someone suggested something to you and it's not what you would usually get involved in. Let's say for example, I don't know why my mind always goes to food, but for some reason it does. Let's say, for example, you're a chef, but you are your speciality has always been the starters and the entrees. You know, you've done the little tiny things, the appetizers, the things that, you know, the intricate things, the details, the put it in your mouth once and eat it. It's like the tapas, you know, like, what's the other word for it? The vol au vents. I don't know. That's been your specialty. And then someone comes along and says, actually, Pisces, we think that you'd be really good at desserts. And you're like, I've never been interested in desserts, and it's not something I've really ever wanted to do because it's so different. But that doesn't mean that you're right. So there's something here where you're being given an opportunity which you're almost dismissing because it's, as far as you're concerned, they're wrong. But it's actually, that would be a mistake. All I would say about this particular situation is definitely don't dismiss it, because this last card, the Queen of Pentacles, is the card of success in abundance. It's reaching the pinnacle, the highest heights. It's achieving goals. It's leaving no stone unturned. It's hitting every single possible target with ease. And when I say with ease, it's like it comes easily. Whatever this is about, it's like, okay, I'll give it a go. Don't think it's going to be for me. And you give it a go, and it's just like, oh, okay. Yes, this has come very naturally, and it's also very successful. I don't know what this is, but it is about expanding your horizons. It's about seeing beyond what you believe, seeing beyond who you are. The Magician reversed comes in with the Nine of Pentacles. There might also be an element of this which is being very, very proud of what you've achieved so far. And maybe you're worried about jeopardizing that by this other thing. It's like, I don't even need that. It's like saying, I don't need to do that because this is okay. What I'm doing right now is all I need. I don't need more than that. I'm okay. It's not actually about that. It's about, you need to experience this. You're missing out. You're missing out on the experience of doing something that actually comes very, very naturally. So it gives you that automatic gratification. It's not about whether it's successful. It's not about whether or not what you can gain from it. It's actually about the feeling it gives you. That's what this is about. It's the fulfillment level. The Ace of Swords reversed. You don't like being wrong. Pisces, you don't like being wrong. So it's like if you'd gone on about this for a long time, said, oh, I'll never do this, I'll never be a dessert chef, I'll never know, there's not in a million years will you ever catch me being a dessert chef. And then you're going to have to swallow that, which is also part of the problem. Which is also okay, because you can laugh it off. You have a natural ability to kind of go, oh, yeah, well, you know. The Empress reversed. The Four of Pentacles. You can be stubborn. You can be stubborn. You can get an idea in your head and you can be stuck in your ways. And you don't, as I said, you don't particularly like being wrong. Who does like being wrong? You just, I think, because you can be very emotionally expressive, that's why it makes it harder when you are wrong. It's like, you find it very embarrassing. I think more than anything, it's an embarrassing thing for you, Pisces. But it's okay. I think when people know you, they know how hard it is and how embarrassing it is. They'll never play on that, you know. They'll never be like, you were wrong, told you. They know how hard you'll take it. So they'll be like, you were wrong, but that's okay. You know, everyone gets it wrong. People are kind to you. the Two of Swords reversed is not having to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like the choice being taken away from you, which is a good thing. Because once you've given it a try, once you've tried something and you see how very blatantly obvious it is that this is, that you are wrong, or that this is the right thing, or whatever it happens to be, it takes that decision away from you. It's not like there's something here where you're like, well, actually, it's made my life harder because now I don't know. I feel like it could be good, but it might not be good, and I do enjoy it, and I have no idea, and that isn't it. This is the choice is like, nope, it's going to be very, very clear that this is 100% something you should be doing. Queen of Pentacles comes in with the Page of Pentacles. It's like just this sense of knowing, just that time when very rarely you get that inner knowing of, oh my God, this is meant to be. And I know whatever happens, this is going to succeed. And like I said, it's not about success, though that makes it easier. It takes the pressure off. But it is just knowing that it's like almost like you found your purpose. You thought you'd found your purpose, I think, Pisces. For some of you, you'll be watching this and you'll be thinking, yeah, I think I found my purpose because I'm now in my 70s or however old you happen to be. Not necessarily. And maybe you've not even been looking for it. Maybe you've not even been looking for it. And then all of a sudden, something opens up and wow. Whole new world. Whole new world. Knight of Pentacles. So many pentacles. I mean, I didn't want to make this about the money. I didn't want to make this about the success. But there are so many pentacles in this reading that you can't avoid it. It's like the second you stop wanting it, needing it, looking for it, it's like, here it comes. Typical. Thank you, universe. But that's how it works. Stop wanting. Let go of the attachment and it will come. Find the real reason for doing something. What is it that gives you purpose? It's never money. A lot of people will sit and say it's always money. They've got it wrong. And they'll find out when it's way too late that they got it wrong. The thing that gives you purpose should be the impact it has. Not on you. On others. So, interesting and exciting all at the same time. Thank you, Pisces. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Let me know how this resonated. Leave me a comment. But otherwise, thank you. And thank you to every single one of you if you're still watching for some reason. If you've just sat through every single sign, which I very much doubt. But if you have, thank you. And I leave you with all my love. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. Until next time, enjoy the journey.